There are some disputes that federal courts will not decide, even when they involve major national issues. That refusal is not political, it is constitutional. This principle is known as the political question doctrine. It holds that certain questions are committed not to the courts, but to the political branches, Congress and the President. Understanding why courts step back is essential to understanding what judicial power actually is. The political question doctrine does not mean courts avoid controversy. Courts regularly decide controversial cases. Instead, the doctrine applies when a dispute cannot be resolved using judicial standards, or when the Constitution assigns the issue to another branch of government. In those situations, the court is not declining responsibility, it is respecting constitutional boundaries. The Constitution separates power among three co-equal branches. Some powers are assigned explicitly to Congress, such as impeachment and qualification of members. Others are assigned to the President, such as foreign recognition and military command. When the Constitution commits a question to a political branch, there is no judicial role to play. Courts decide cases by applying law to facts, but some disputes do not lend themselves to legal resolution. They involve policy judgments, diplomatic choices, or institutional discretion. Without manageable legal standards, a court has no principled way to decide the case. At that point, judicial intervention would replace law with preference. Historically, courts have treated issues like impeachment procedures, foreign policy recognition, internal legislative issues as political questions, not because they are unimportant, but because they are not judicial. Those questions are resolved through elections, legislation, or constitutional processes, not litigation. The political question doctrine is often misunderstood as a way for courts to avoid hard cases. In reality, it's a limiting principle. It prevents courts from becoming super legislatures, foreign policy arbiters, or referees in political disputes. The doctrine preserves the court's legitimacy by keeping it within its constitutional role. Many modern lawsuits ask courts to resolve disputes that are fundamentally political. The political question doctrine explains why some of those cases never reach the merits. It's not about who is right or who is wrong. It's about whether courts are the proper institution to decide the issue at all. This doctrine operates before questions of standing. Even if a plaintiff has suffered harm, or even if the issue is important, a court must still ask, is this a question the Constitution assigns to us? The political question doctrine is not about avoiding responsibility. It is about preserving constitutional structure. Courts maintain their authority by knowing and respecting their limits.